Namaste, everyone, and welcome to Anchor the Light. And here we are with another very interesting lesson. And this is from Lao Tzu. I'll just show it to you again, just in case you didn't see it. If lightning is the anger of the gods, then the gods are concerned mostly about trees. Okay, that might sound funny, ridiculous, or crazy, but the point Lao Tzu is trying to make is we have to practice discernment. Plain English, don't be gullible. Now think about it. If if lightning is the anger of the gods, man, they might not they must not like trees because statistically, what gets hit are trees. That's what he's saying. Now, the interesting thing about spiritual practice is, as you get on the spiritual path, it's very easy. Let's see. Somebody says there's no sound. I didn't make sure that there is sound. Okay, there should be sound. All right. Um, when you get on the spiritual path, it's very easy to just believe stuff people tell you. Case in point. You see, if you ever watch a movie with a submarine, you have the periscope coming from underwater, underneath coming up, and oftentimes you've ever seen where half of it is the water, half of it is land. So when you get into the spiritual path, your senses, your antennas, are more sensitive not just to the physical side, but also the energy side. So it's just like being two worlds simultaneously. So we have a tendency to be more sensitive. At least most people. Me, I'm still working on it. So what happens is when people tell you, "Oh, by the way, do you feel that? Do you feel that?" You go, "Feel what?" You see, you feel a little pressure, and then you turn around, you look at someone who doesn't look like they're happy. You go, "Yeah, yeah, that guy's emitting a lot of crap." And then later on, you found out that the guy that just looks like that, it doesn't look like he's angry. He just doesn't have a happy face. But your sensitivity was influenced by someone else. That's one. Another one would be a lot of us grew up with stories from parents. Okay, don't walk under a ladder. Seen that before, right? You heard that before. What else? When you see a black cat, it's bad luck. Or 666 connected to the Antichrist in the Bible. So you have all these things that people believe in, but if you study it further, historically, a lot of it is based on someone associating a certain event to what they're experiencing. Like, for example, when they say a black cat, a lot of times that is related to stories of, in ancient times when they were persecuting witches, right? Or here's another one: knock three. When you say something good, knock three times. You heard that before? Again, that's superstition. I don't. What if sometimes you knock and you're knocking actually on plastic that has a wood veneer on it? You think you're knocking wood, but you feel better. That is connected to in ancient times when things are not doing well or things are going well. They associate the wooden cross of Christ. Growing up, of course, it depends on your culture. We grew up where our parents says, "Hey, never point at the moon, because if you point at the moon, your ear will fall off." And we believed as kids. We go, "Oh, the moon's over there. The full moon, see how round it is." Instead, we go, "Ooh." So could you imagine that if that's really true, out of billions of people in the world, you should have a certain percentage of people with no ears? What's the point? Practice discernment. That's why one of the virtues we practice, or try to, is accurate perception, correct expression, and non falsehood. Um, just to dive a little deeper, in inner teachings of Buddhism, one of the things my teacher was teaching me is like teaching us one of the causes of suffering. Okay, one of the causes of dukkha. Dukkha means suffering in Sanskrit, or I think it's Pali, if I'm not mistaken, the language that the Lord Buddha talked at that time. One of the causes of suffering is gullibility. For example, this is taking to another level. Just because you would not go out and intentionally deceive someone, you expect everyone else to be like you. Sounds familiar? So when you're talking to someone, and oftentimes it's a loved one, unfortunately, or family member, or a friend that you trust, and you're doing a money transaction, oh, no need to have everything in writing because we trust each other. Handshake, and later on you found out that they deceived you. Sounds familiar? So the point of that proverb I chose is to sharpen your mind. Unfortunately, a lot of people on the spiritual path, they get on the spiritual path, they leave their brain in the car. And they use a term, I know some of you are going to get offended, I apologize ahead of time. They use this particular term to basically use as an excuse instead of having to sit down, analyze, think, and make decisions. You know what that word is? Intuition. It's my intuition. Okay, your intuition could be biased because true intuition comes through your spiritual cord from your higher soul. Your teachers, your guides, God basically sends that data to your higher soul. It comes down to your spiritual connection. That's true intuition. Now, I'm not saying your intuition is not right, but you have to also differentiate intuition from instinct. Aside from spelling, there's a difference. Intuition is your senses are connected to high frequency. Instinct comes from your navel chakra, which is connected more with the material world. Now, instinct is what most people call gut feeling. So, let's say you're doing a business transaction. You go, I just have this sense that this person is not being truthful. I just get this feeling, right? That's from your navel chakra. That's why I remember many years ago my teacher said, if you're doing some form of a transaction or looking at a business opportunity, put your gentle attention on your bell button where your navel chakra is, and then just be still and get a sense of what's going on. Make sense? So we're trying to cover several lessons here because I want to compact everything together. So number one, don't believe everything blindly. There's this great being, a great teacher that said, don't believe it just because the public believes it. Don't believe it. Don't believe something just because tradition says it. Now, I actually got in trouble with my teacher many years ago. I was talking to him. I said, Master, this yogic technique, this principle has been taught for thousands and thousands of years. In other words, why am I questioning it? Why are we questioning it? He looks at me, he goes, yeah, you're right. It's been around for thousands of years. It's time for update. And I was shocked. I go, time for update? Anyway, without boring you with details, he proceeded to tell us that, look, you have to realize that people in ancient times were not literate. When the Lord Buddha was walking the earth physically, when the Lord Jesus was walking the earth physically, all these great teachers, just imagine you have someone with a chakra probably bigger than a country, with that much energy, wisdom, and expansion of consciousness, talking to someone who could barely read or probably can't read or write. Talking about dumbing it down. Make sense? So at that point, you're talking to people who are not mentally very, very sharp. So the teacher had to put in language that is very, very elementary at that time. So as humanity evolves, the mental faculty becomes more evolved, they understand more. So ancient teachings have to be interpreted for modern times. Sharpen your mind. And then, of course, the Lord Buddha, being Lord Buddha, says, don't believe it just because a person of authority says it to you. In essence, he's saying, don't believe it because just I said it. So whenever you attend any of our classes, usually the second or third slide says, practice intelligent evaluation. You are not obligated to believe everything that is taught. You are expected to analyze the information, do the experiments, and make your own conclusion. It doesn't say, and have the same conclusion as the teacher. Because God gave you a brain. That's one. Number two, it's part of your spiritual development to awaken and heighten your intellectual and mental faculty. The question is why? Your mental intellectual faculty is actually the interface between the form and the formless. I know I'm going a little deeper here, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say here. You see, when spiritual energy, information comes from the higher worlds, higher dimensions, your mental faculty is the interface that steps it down. So intuition has to be stepped down by the intellect to make it applicable in our daily life. That's why when people say, I don't want to study, I'm just waiting for the download, I go, okay. Okay, go for it. You're assuming two things. You're assuming there's enough signal coming down. Second assumption, you're assuming you can interpret it. You're making a third assumption that that information coming in is not being, let's just say, distorted. So how could it be distorted? It's very simple. If the aura is dirty, if the aura is filled with thoughts, emotions, worries, cares, concerns, just imagine everybody's walking around in a cloud of thoughts and feelings. When that signal comes in through the spiritual cord, that signal that is pure has to fight for your attention. Sounds familiar? Well, the way we do it in class when we demonstrate this is you have one person at the end of the room, the other person on the other end. I say, okay, you start talking, you listen and repeat everything to me. In the meantime, you have 100 people in the room, or 200. So they start talking, and when everybody's quiet, the person could hear it. Just say, okay, talk. Start telling a story. And then as they start talking, I tell the entire class, okay, start talking, saying anything. And of course, the person listening at first goes, what? At some point, it's like, okay, everybody stop. Okay, what did you hear? He goes, I heard maybe the first sentence. And the rest, it's too much noise. Exactly the point. The signal might be pure. The question is, does it have to fight through noise to get in? So there are many, many factors here. Factor number one, the information coming in and the amount of information coming in. Factor number two, does it have to fight the noise? Factor number three, is our mental or intellectual faculty sharp enough to take that data, chop it down, and understand it? Without it, good luck. Make sense? So when people tell me, yeah, I just trust my intuition, I don't have to study everything, I go, good luck to you, you're going to need it. And to throw one more monkey wrench into the equation, if a person is very, very emotional, right? Very, very emotional, it's very easy to mistake emotions to be intuition. In other words, when you're emotionally triggered, anything you sense from the environment will be perceived through that lens of emotion. Case in point, if you don't like someone, they've hurt you before, or you don't like them for whatever reason, they will be saying something to you that could be objective, could be clear, could be factual. But if it's laced with your emotion, if it's that your perception of that person is laced with this emotion, anything that comes in will be tainted. You know where that's seen very easily? Politics. Okay? In any country, not just in the United States. You have party one, you have party two. They both don't like each other. Right? Even if party number one is sharing something that is factual. Party number two will spin it and say, hey, you're saying it's fake news, blah, 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 whatever. It goes the other direction too. Even if one party is doing something bad, anybody associated with that party will not say it's bad. One of our students says it's like sports teams. You have a baseball, football, whatever. You have two sports teams. When a person is really, really attached to a certain sports team, even if they do something bad, they stole money, they did this, they did that, doesn't matter. They're a fan. Sounds familiar? Because they're emotionally already invested. Oh, by the way, the word fan comes from the word fanatic. So, you know what fanatical people do, right? They feel they don't think. Or if they think, whatever they're thinking, it's already biased. Now, some of you might take this as very, very negative. I'm trying to prevent you from suffering. Because if the first thing you do is feel and don't process data, that's that. You're setting up yourself for suffering. Now, some of you go, yeah, but I overthink everything. You have to realize when you say you overthink everything, that's not exactly mean that it's wrong. When you say overthinking, that means that person, whoever that person that's overthinking, doesn't have clarity. They cannot differentiate what's this, what's this, what's this. Everything is coming at the same time. You go, oh yeah, I'm overthinking this, that leads to this. The way to do it is to step back, pull yourself out of the cloud, and look at it from a different viewpoint. Or the Buddhist tradition, which I've shared with you before, is when you're thinking of something. Okay, let's say somebody says, we'll use that one. When there's lightning, the gods are angry with everyone. Right? And that's what Lao Tzu says. If lightning is God is angry and thunder, that means God must must not like trees. So the first thing you do is you go, okay, let's talk about this. Number one, what is my thought? My thought is, yeah, when there's lightning and thunder, God is angry. Don't stop there. Question number two, why am I thinking this? Well, because I heard it in many traditions and I never questioned it. So I assume it's true. When you ask the why, then you start what? Breaking it up. Well, what is it based on? Nothing. Is it based on science? No. Is it based on some reason? No. So it must be superstition. Superstition basically means people believe it, but there could or could not be any facts to it. So the third question you should ask is, should I believe it? Should I not believe it? Should I act on it? Or should I not act on it? When you start asking these questions, you actually allow yourself, the soul, the spiritual self, to pull yourself out of this cloud of popular belief. That allows you to have accurate perception. Accurate perception, according to my teacher, is essentially based on two things: careful observation, and number two, correct interpretation of what you're observing. So as you ask these questions, what am I thinking? This lightning, God is angry. Okay. Is that really true? Based on what? So you question it. As you question it, you're poking holes at it. As you poke holes on it, then you get to see if it's real or it's an illusion. From there you go, well, there's no facts to it, so it must be just some form of superstition. Okay, then whatever, just let it pass. Now, let's take it one step further. What if you believe a certain superstition that actually helps you? For example, you talk to many athletes, they have a favorite underwear that they wear, or favorite shoes or shirt. You ask them why. Well, I won this tournament wearing this. Or when I wear this, it makes me feel good. There is no scientific basis to this except for one. You know what it is? Association, anchor. That feeling is anchored to that piece of material. Because when you wore that at that time, or you had this rabbit's foot, whatever talisman or good luck charm, something good happen. So there's an association. Now watch this. Since we know energy, it's very, very simple. When that event happened, when you won that tournament and you wore that shirt, you felt good. So you, the soul, created thought forms attached to that shirt or that underwear. So every time you wear it, that thought form wakes up and says, hey, you're going to win. That's all. So in that case, you understand, oh, okay, there's a good thought form associated with this. So I'll use it to enhance whatever positive thoughts I have. So still not blind faith. You go, okay, there's some energy connected to it already. Now, on the spiritual level, many teachers, that's what they do. They've been meditating with a shirt, they've been meditating with some material like a shawl for so long. It's charged with so much spiritual energy. When they want to give blessings to someone, to a student, to they want to bestow a certain position to their successor, they give them a ring, they give them a shawl, they give them their shirt. In martial arts, that's what they do. They go, oh, this master has been practicing with this shirt for so long. It stinks. It's sweaty. But it's charged with chi. You're now my successor. Now, part of it is the student, which is very, very sad. Oh, thank you, master. At the same time, it's charged with energy. But you still want to wash it a little bit, So practice some discernment. You don't want to, I'm the master of this, and then people say, yeah, you're the master of stink. Anyway, that's going beyond the point. So, the lesson to be learned is accurate perception, correct expression, don't be gullible. Question everything, but question respectfully. My teacher never said, do it, trust me, just because I'm your teacher. Never. He always gives me the facts, or at least what he knows about a certain situation or topic. In the end, he'll say, make your own choice. Of course, I'm thinking, well, 10 times more than I do or more. I'm no dummy. You give me this, of course I'm going to follow. But he never imposed it. That's why I always say it in class. You will not, and I hope I will keep my word. I will not ever say, just trust me. Because everybody has the ability to think, evaluate, and make their own decision. And the what call it, the conclusion of the student does not always have to be the conclusion the same as the teacher. Because everybody makes their own choices. Okay? So, let's meditate. Put your hand like this. Focus on your crown. I am that I am. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotion. I'm not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, divine power. I am that I am, the soul, the spiritual self. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spark, divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I'm one with God. I'm one with all. There's only oneness. Now open your hands in blessing. We're going to practice the meditation twin hearts as taught to us by my teacher, Grandmaster Chokok Sui. So be aware of your heart in your hands. Imagine beautiful pink light from your heart flowing through your hands and blessing the entire earth. Fill the earth with beautiful pink light. We will use the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred, let me sow unconditional love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Beware of your heart and your hands. Bless the earth with peace, with love, and forgiveness. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. Let's think of people we know going through challenging times in their life with their health, with their relationships, even their finances. Visualize their lives getting better and better. May they be blessed with hope and with faith in a better life. So be it. So be it. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. Darkness is the ignorance of one's true nature, that one is a being of light. May all be blessed with spiritual light and spiritual awakening. And where there's sadness, let me sow joy. Just beware of your heart and your hands. Just flood the earth with peace, with love, with the spirit of forgiveness and reconciliation, with hope and with faith, and lots of light and joy. So be it. So be it. Now, beware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Beware of your crown and exhale. Be still. Beware of your crown. Your crown is filled with so much golden light. Allow that golden light from your crown to just flow down through your hands and bless your family, your loved ones, your home. Fill them with golden light. Let it spread to your relatives and friends, to your workplace, to your city, to all the cities in the world. Fill the entire earth with intense golden light. And just say, our hearts are one, our souls are one. From the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and with kindness. May all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. So be it. May all be blessed with understanding, harmony, goodwill, and the will to do good. So be it. Just be still. Be gently aware of your crown in your hands. Now, be aware of your heart and your crown simultaneously. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Allow the golden light from both your heart and your crown flow through your hands and literally flood the entire earth with intense, intense golden light, both inside and outside. From the center of the heart of God, may every person, every being, in every dimension, in every direction be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. May all be blessed with inner peace and inner healing. May all be healed of any pain, sorrow, or suffering. So be it. May all be blessed with understanding, harmony, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. Blessings be to all, without exception. Just beware of your heart and your crown. Let the golden light flow through your hands and shine intense golden light to the earth. Especially places where there's war, there's famine, political unrest, anywhere people are suffering. Fill those areas with golden light. So be it. Now lower your hands. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just be aware of your crown. Imagine a beautiful golden light, a golden flame, or a miniature sun just floating above your head. Be aware of the love within your heart. Send a stream of love from your heart up to the crown and into that golden light. Stay there. The light's getting brighter and brighter. Just be aware of that golden light and listen. Be aware of the light. Be aware of the stillness within that light. Be still. Be aware of the inner stillness and the brilliant light. And just simply let go and let things be. Now. Gently, slowly, gently and slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers, move your toes a little bit. Raise your hands in blessing. Picture all the people you love in front of you. Fill them with golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with much happiness, with abundance and prosperity, and spiritual oneness. So be it. Now bless the earth through your feet and the base of your spine and your hands. Just put your golden light down into the earth. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, love, and power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and vitalized. Blessings to Mother Earth. So be it. So be it. Okay, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme One, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers. Personally to my teacher, Master Tuakok Sui Mahagu Jumailing, we thank you. In full faith, so be it. All right. So I hope you had a good meditation. And so the question you should ask is, how is the lesson today connected to meditation? Well, assuming you did the meditation with us, if you observe your mind, your emotions right now, it should be very quiet, still, or almost blank. So from this perspective, the aura is clear. From this perspective, the pipeline of the channel or the channel with the divine energy intuition is coming through is wider and has more data. From this perspective, you have clarity. So if you do your meditation on a regular basis, 3-4 times a week, preferably every day, and have that stillness, it's easier to have accurate perception and correct expression. Because you're wiping the slate clean so you see things clearly. From there, you just have to actively analyze, interpret properly what's going on. That sharpens your mind. Okay? Just want to invite you again. That's going to be tomorrow night for the body, mind, soul reconnection. Let me just make sure you guys can see this image here. All right, there's still room to register if you like. We just have it available for you. And what we're doing, we're applying the principles with learning pranic healing, how to reconnect your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul to the universal essence. Okay, we'll go through it tomorrow. Please register. It's there. It's not going to be in social media. People always ask. It's going to be on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Nope, because there's a certain level of censorship. Many of you complain, hey, I can't hear it. The sound's not good. That's because the algorithm, for some reason, when I say certain things, they think I'm, saying something not good or whatever, or they just can't understand my accent. And I want to be able to allow you to really learn and practice. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow night if you haven't registered yet. Other than that, we will see you tonight, 7 hours from now, well, give or take, 6 o'clock tonight for Anchor Light Part 2. Namaste, everyone. You all take care, and we'll see you in the next Anchor Light. And leave your comments, and also share this with as many people as possible so we can help alleviate the suffering of humanity and all beings through anchoring the spiritual light in our lives.